Let me take you to the wildest edge of human survival, 8,598 meters above China's breathtaking Chilean mountains. That's higher than Mount Everest's base camp. That's where Peng Yujiang, an ordinary paraglider with an extraordinary will to live, stared death right in the face, and won. Picture this, Peng's out for a routine equipment test, just him, a second-hand paragliding harness, and the endless sky. The launch site's already dizzying, about 3,000 meters up, but Peng's no rookie. He's got a solid B-level license, plenty of experience, and crucially, a radio to keep in touch with his ground team. Things start out smooth. Then, out of nowhere, a freak surge of wind, a force of nature, snatches Peng and drags him upwards, straight into the heart of a rapidly growing cumulonimbus cloud. These clouds are basically the atmosphere's wild cards, unpredictable, powerful, and sometimes deadly. The higher Peng climbs, the more hostile the world becomes. Oxygen thins, temperatures plummet to a staggering -40 degrees Celsius. Icy winds whip his face and frost forms on his body and even on his gear. Imagine the air so thin it's hard to think, let alone breathe. At this altitude, your brain starts to shut down. Fingers go numb, vision narrows. Every second is a fight. But Peng doesn't panic. He keeps his head, clutching his compass, his only lifeline to the ground. He's radioing his team, letting them know he's still alive, even as he's tossed around inside the storm like a rag doll. At some point, he thinks he might have blacked out. No one could blame him, the human body simply isn't built for this. Somehow, against all odds, Peng manages to control his descent. He rides the currents as best he can, slipping out of the cloud's grip and spiraling back to Earth. When he finally lands against every expectation, he's alive. Frostbitten, shaken, and utterly changed, but alive. The authorities call it an accident no one could have predicted. They ground Peng for 6 months, a small price for a second chance at life. You might remember a similar story back in 2007. German paraglider Iwa Wisniewska was swept up by a storm and lived to tell the tale. But Peng's story is a reminder that adventure isn't just about chasing thrills, it's about understanding how close we all are to the edge, and having the guts to pull yourself back. So next time you look up at a storm cloud, remember Peng Yujiang. Sometimes the wildest stories are written in the sky.